What's happening, everybody? I'm Tyrone Bowman. This is Tyrone Bowman tonight. As the month of July starts up and the 4th of July celebration is coming upon us, there's a surprise coming out of New Jersey. I call it taxation without representation. Quote, close quote. The New Jersey Transit Board has approved a double digit fare hike. And critics says move will have devastating impact on some riders. According to the New Jersey Monitor, New Jersey transit riders will pay more to ride trains and buses starting July 1st. After the agency's board on Wednesday unanimously approved double digit fare hikes plus an annual 3% of fare hike starting in July 2025. The board's unanimous vote to approve the fare increases or as high as 15% came after the agency heard from 25 commuters and transit advocates who urged them not to foist its budget woes on New Jersey transit riders. Your rate hike will have a devastating impact on urban areas and minority communities, meaning black people, as people are already struggling to make ends meet, said Holly Cox of Montvale. The fare hike plan was first proposed in January to close the $106 million budget gap, the agency fees for the fiscal year that begins July 1st. Revenue from the fare hikes is expected to top $106 million. Before the vote, New Jersey Transit President and CEO Kevin Corbett said that after internal budget cuts and no promise from state lawmakers that they would approve additional funding, the agency was left with two options: cutting service or raising fares. Quite sure choosing the latter was probably much more easier for them. Members of the board also defended the fare increase. Board members Shanti Nera, who said she rides a bus run by a company that is also expecting to raise prices, said casting a vote in support pained her very, very much. I know there are many, many of our residents who are going to be digging deep into pockets that are nearly empty, and this is so hard to do, she said. New Jersey transit fares, a $766 million budget shortfall started in July 2025, or starting in July 2025. Even considering the fare hikes to help, Governor Phil Murphy has proposed a budget that includes a so-called corporate transit tax aimed at the state's 600 most profitable businesses that can bring in about $800 million annually, mostly for NJ Transit. But it's unclear whether the new tax will remain in the spending plan after lawmakers amend it. Budget hearings are underway. Members of the public on Wednesday blasted the New Jersey Transit Board for failing to secure funding rather, for the agency sooner rather than passing extra costs on to riders. Hoboken Mayor Ravi Bahala, who is seeking the Democratic nomination for the 8th Congressional District House seat in June, called the increases a backdoor tax on working families. Whatever happened to standing up for people who need a helping hand? Isn't that what our values are about? Isn't that what New Jersey Transit should be about? He said, it's not a business, it's a public service. Several speakers asked the board if they were simply rubber stamps who approve of Murphy's proposals without question. Vice Chairwoman Kyabi Carson said that label implies the board hasn't done their due diligence. This is not a yes as a rubber stamp. It's a yes considering all the factors that we discussed, she said. And while many speakers urged the board to hold off on the vote until the governor signs the state budget, the deadline is June 30th. Carson said that it would lead to financial consequences. All we can do as a board, and I feel as a board member with the fiduciary duties that we have, is deal with the situation as it exists right now. As unpleasant and as gut-wrenching as it is for many of us, she said. The rates of the fare increases depend on the type of ticket. The price of one zone's, now listen carefully, The price of a Zone 1 local bus ticket will increase from $1.60 to $1.80, and bus fare from Jersey to Port Authority Bus Terminal will raise from $3.50 to $4. Fares on the Hudson Virgin Light Rail will increase from $2.25 to $2.55, and for the Newark Light Rail from $1.60 to $1.80. A train ticket from Princeton Junction to New York Penn Station will spike from $16 to $18.40. The measure approved Wednesday also eliminates the FlexPass discount and will limit the life of digital and paper tickets to 30 days from purchase. In a statement, Senator Tony Bocco, Republican Representative Morris, called the fare hikes an affront to commuters. Yeah, right, like you Republicans care about fare increase. Seriously, that's just political garbage he's talking. From escalating gas taxes and increasing highway tolls to raising taxes on employers and cutting funding to certain school districts, Governor Murphy and Trenton Democrats have relentlessly betrayed their promise to make New Jersey more affordable. And if it wasn't bad enough, now they're price gouging public transit riders, he said. And the Republicans are planning on, like Donald Trump already told the billionaires who are already making billions upon billions upon billions of dollars, that he's going to make sure they get a massive tax cut across the board. So pay no attention to the response from the Republican senator. The last time New Jersey riders saw a fare increase was in 2015 when prices rose about 9%. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender, never quit.